This organization assists with the transition for wounded service members as well as the families of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Part of the transition process for these veterans is to be a part of a public event and to spend time just doing things with normal people. Our team will continue to raise awareness at each event that we participate in to give thanks to these great Americans who volunteered to be members of our armed forces. Let us begin with a moment of silence for a family very close to the 4th Fallen organization, as well as the military and Southern California softball communities. Marine Corps Major Armando Delcy and his wife Casey unexpectedly lost their daughter Erica last weekend. Thank you. At home plate, you will see co-founder and head coach of the For the Fallen organization and softball team, Mr. Chris Cheney, who has served 18 distinguished years in government agency service and who is a descendant of veteran officers of the United States Army and Marine Corps. He is accompanied by co-founder and assistant head coach of For the Fallen, U.S. Army retired Sergeant First Class Jamie Fragazzo, and co-founder and active duty member of the United States Army, Chief Warrant Officer 2, Jermaine Flythe, as well as our honorary team captain for the weekend, Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred. Members of and co-founders of the organization and special guest Denny Crine, a Las Vegas favorite who has generously joined the softball team, are lined up making a line for the wounded warrior. I am Major Greg Zeiss, and I'm a 15-year veteran of the United States Army and co-founder of For the Fallen. Will you please join me in giving a warm welcome to Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred in recognition for his service as a member of the United States Air Force from August 1999 to present. Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred was wounded on 21st of September 2010 while deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom in Kandahar, Afghanistan, as an explosive ordnance disposal sergeant. Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred earned a Purple Heart for being hit by an IED and came close to losing his arm. He currently resides here with his family in Las Vegas and is stationed at Nellis Air Force Base. He also gave up being medically retired from the United States Air Force so that he can continue to serve our country. Notice that there is a United States flag being displayed on the field. This flag is used as part of our Pentagon and passing of the flag ceremonies at each of our events where we honor the sacrifice and commitment to duty of these fallen soul warriors, wounded service members, and their families. We're honored to tour with a flag that was flown over the Pentagon post 9/11 to honor service members who have given the ultimate sacrifice here and abroad. The Pentagon flag was presented to us by the late and former Army General Counsel Avon Williams. He survived the attack on the Pentagon on 9/11 and was instrumental in the recovery and rebuild efforts as well as the war on terrorism. We present the original flag in our passing of the flag ceremony to those we honor, and then we provide them with a flag and shadow box to commemorate this honorable event. The Pentagon flag and ceremony promotes awareness to all of these Americans and the enormous sacrifices that the armed forces make in conflicts on the war on terrorism. This flag was transported under the care of a member of the For the Fallen organization and has been presented to Mr. Chris Cheney prior to this presentation. At this time, head coach Chris Cheney is passing the U.S. flag to assistant head coach, Sergeant First Class retired Jamie Fragazzo. The U.S. flag is now being passed to Chief Warrant Officer 2, Jermaine Flythe. He is now passing the flag to Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred. The U.S. flag is now being returned to Mr. Chris Cheney, the current keeper of the U.S. flag. After this event, the U.S. flag will be properly packaged and controlled by members of the For the Fallen organization until the next For the Fallen event. For the Fallen will be participating and presenting the Pentagon passing of the flag ceremony in Kissimmee, Florida as part of the Hall of Fame Classic Duel Tournament, April 19th through the 22nd, followed by the Cactus Classic in Phoenix, April 27th through the 29th. As a token of appreciation for his dedication and selfless service to our great nation, U.S. Armed Air Force veteran Matt Suter and Denny Crine will now present Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred with a U.S. flag secured in a shadow box and a For the Fallen commemorative military-style coin. The back of the shadow box will be signed by each member of the softball team, which he'll be able to display for others to see. Each time he looks at the shadow box, he will remember having an individual flag ceremony here dedicated to him in Las Vegas Big League Dreams. Please join me once again in a round of applause for Wounded Armed Forces veteran Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred. At this time, I want to thank Tech Sergeant Jermaine Kindred and his family for coming out and being an honorary member of our team. He's been a real inspiration to all of us. As well as I would like to give special thanks to the following individuals: Arizona USSSA State Director and this event's tournament director, Elliot Clark, for his support and allowing us with the opportunity to perform this flag ceremony, as well as playing in this great event. Brett Helmer of Easton Bell Sports, and Marty Graham and John Jones of 3 and 2 Sports for their continued support with softball equipment and turf shoes for our team. The staff here at the Big League Dreams Complex for the great job that they have done at maintaining these fields and facilities. Softball Center founder D.W. for his support For the Fallen, as well as Major Softball as a blogger and reporter, and all of you who have contributed to the organization that makes all of our events possible. Feel free to learn more about our organization on forthefallen.org. And this concludes our ceremony. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Now let's enjoy the winter bracket final.